ySub4.
Hi, I'm Philip from GoBros, and welcome to another episode of ySub4. In today's episode, I'm going to take a look at Stunt Kite Masters VR. Currently, it's on the Oculus store for $1.49. However, its sticker price is $4.99, so it's sitting at about 70% off. It has been sitting at 70% off for, I think, about a week now. I picked this up one day when I thought it was one of the daily deals, but I think it's just on permanent markdown. But at the same time, I wouldn't take any chances, and if after this review it looks interesting to you, I'd go out and buy it. But again, this is one of those apps that is rated on the store below 4 stars, and we're going to find out why. Let's take a look. As you can see, I have my headset on again, and I'm just looking at my kite. Now, this isn't the one that you'll start out with, although you can choose it at any time. It's not one you have to unlock. This is considered the advanced kite. If I look down, I have 2 handles, but of course we're on the go, so only one controller. You have some wind socks that show you how hard the wind is blowing. That is adjustable as well. This is a really nice beach scenery. So to get started, it's just as simple as pulling your wrist up and just start flying your kite by twisting it. And I almost didn't buy this app because I'm like, how much replayability could there possibly be? I mean, it's very soothing, very calming, it's enjoyable, but it really does feel like flying a real kite, except for one added bonus. You can turn on smoke by pressing the touchpad. Now, the instructions say you can use the trigger too, but I think that's only for the Gear VR controller. And turning on smoke gives it a little bit more fun. Now, if you notice, you can spin around in circles, and the strings do cross, but as much as I've been playing, I haven't noticed that causes any type of issues in any way. Like I think I've wrapped it around 6 times now. Let's try wrapping it around at least 2 more times, and it doesn't look like it gets any tighter, and it reacts just the same way. So not as much realism in that as I would think, but I'm totally cool with it because it makes it that much more fun to play. I do still find myself unraveling it whenever I can. Now, one thing I was noticing whenever I first got this app, which is like last week, anytime I would crash the kite, all the edges would turn black, and it would freeze up for a little bit. In some cases, the whole app would crash. So maybe that's some of the reasons why this app's been rated below 4 stars. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features of it. If you press the back button, you have game mode, locations, and kites. So I can go to game mode. In custom mode, which is where you start out with, you can choose the speed of the wind, and you can change your music. Some of the music's more upbeat, which is kind of fun. And then you can also go into kites. And when I first launched the game, it started with the Stunt Kite. You can see it's got a professional rating. And it's fun, but I found that the Diamond Kite, which is a beginner, even though it doesn't have a lot of speed, turnability, or control, and this is what I'm most successful with in the game, because it's slower, so that makes it a lot easier to control. So they do have 2 games in here, which in my opinion gives it the reason to buy it, rather than just be a kite flying simulator. Kite Snake's kind of fun. You come up and you want to get your tail as long as you can, but you don't want to, and I already did, you don't want to cross your tail or you lose. And it took me a little bit to kind of figure that out, sadly. Not too long, I mean a couple flights. And it's just a lot of fun doing this, especially when the music gets more upbeat when you're doing it, and it can get really intense, although usually this is by default a bit more cut off my tail again. Well, I'm not going to keep playing that. As you can see, my high score is 45, and I'm actually on the leaderboard. So go knock me off. I've been at number 6 for a few days now, probably because nobody might be playing this. You can see the high score is 117. That's not really crazy high. Your kite string does get longer and longer, but some of the stars are worth 5 points. I mean, there's also different leaderboards per map, because some of the maps are actually, it's not just visual changes, but if we like go to the mountains, the obstacles are a little bit different. So in the Beast, there's really no obstacles in the way, but here on the mountains, you can fly in all this open space but you don't want to hit the mountain again, because the mountain you'll crash. So you can fly all along the sides of the mountain in front of you, but you have to be careful not to go back and hit the mountain itself. All right, so I'm not going to spend a lot more time playing that. I think maybe my batteries on my controller is getting a little bit slow, because I feel like my controller is not as responsive as it is usually. All right, so the other game mode is Outrun, where there's just some model airplanes. And on the beach, I love just waiting for them to show up, and then I just twist around them. I don't have a high score on this, but that strategy seems to work pretty easily with this kite. They just go back down and crash. Now, you can also hit the backs of these planes. I think I've been successful once doing that. But if you hit the backs of the planes, that'll crash the planes, not yourself. If the plane hits you, boom, you're down. And oh, there, we're seeing some, there it is. This is the third time I've recorded this video because either my Go quit recording or my phone quit recording. But you could see, hopefully you saw it in the video, there was that clipping, but at least it didn't crash this time. All right, so I got the headset off, and this is totally worth $1.50 for me. I don't think I would have spent $5 on this, but I encourage you all to go check this out. And if you enjoy it, get on the Oculus website and write a review. Developers really count on those reviews because people are more likely to download and purchase their apps with a higher star rating. But also, if there's some things you're missing that you want to see, put that in your review. Say, hey, I'm really enjoying this game, but I would love more kite designs, or I would love a few more game modes. So go check it out. Again, it's called Stunt Kite Masters VR. It's $1.49 in the store right now, 70% off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in future episodes. Again, this is Philip from GoBros. You have a great day.